Good morning. Welcome to the morning forecast discussion for October 24th, 2011. It is 8:24 a.m. We're running a little bit behind schedule because I just issued the winter forecast for all premium members that will also be issued in a abbreviated context this Friday for everyone else. And it looks like it's going to be a rather interesting winter. More details to come in the next couple of days. But let's start with today's forecast, and what we have in place this morning is an increase in cloud cover developing over portions of central and eastern Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, clear skies are in place along much of the northern Mid-Atlantic, basically the New York City metropolitan area, and much of the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Temperatures this morning are rather chilly, with temperatures ranging from the upper 30s to the mid 40s. And we'll see temperatures rebounding. Again, we're pretty much going to be near normal for this afternoon with highs in the lower to mid 60s throughout the region. A few upper 50s possible over northeastern Pennsylvania. Looking at the surface map, you can see our cold front is approaching the northern Atlantic. It's currently centered, the low pressure center is currently centered over the central Great Lakes, and this low pressure system will track towards Maine, and the associated cold front will move through the northern Mid-Atlantic with scattered showers for later this evening and overnight tonight. Now, these showers are not all that impressive, so don't worry about heavy downpours. This high pressure system right here will slow down the advancement of this cold front just a bit to allow basically tranquil weather conditions for the evening rush hour for this evening. Taking a look at the radar, you can see the showers are approaching, but notice they are weakening as they approach the portions of western Pennsylvania. They are scattered and they are weak. I do not expect any widespread rainfall whatsoever. This is not reaching the ground. It's associated with some mid-level moisture. It's what we call virga, and it's not any threat whatsoever. The rest of the northern Mid-Atlantic is quiet. Again, I'm expecting this to reach the northern Mid-Atlantic later this evening, likely after the rush hour around 8 p.m. Looking at the infrared satellite picture, you can see we have a rather active pattern developing. We have 1, 2, 3 cold fronts, and they're all moving towards the northern Mid-Atlantic, and we have high pressure starting to give away, and we have a very interesting area of low pressure developing over southern Texas. Now, again, notice that we have quite a few disturbances, and what we're seeing here is a development of a rather active weather pattern for the northern Mid-Atlantic and really much of the East Coast. This is going to be the start of what I think will be a step down towards our winter pattern. It's going to be slow. It's not going to happen all at once, but it's clearly starting to unfold as we see these various polar cold fronts starting to make it their way towards the northern Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look at the model guidance. I'm using the European model guidance for this forecast. It's pretty much performing the best out of all the model guidance, which isn't a surprise. One thing to note here as we move through the forecast is just how active this weather pattern is. So we move to this evening, and you can see our cold front is approaching. By 8 p.m., the cold front is right on our doorstep with scattered showers, and those showers will linger on into the early morning hours of tomorrow morning, say about 1 or 2 a.m., before they completely clear out of the entire northern Mid-Atlantic. Moving forward to tomorrow afternoon, we have high pressure in place, in control. An excellent day of weather with dry conditions and temperatures seasonably warm in the lower to mid 60s for highs. Again, a rather tranquil pattern, and you can see we have a zonal pattern in place. But notice we have disturbances. All of these disturbances starting to develop and move their way. Meanwhile, keep an eye on this trough right here. This trough slows down the pattern just enough. It's called, I guess you could call it almost a weak negative NAO pattern. Not exactly, not textbook, but it does do the job of slowing down this pattern. Moving on into the middle of this week, by Wednesday evening, you can see we have a disturbance. And this disturbance might be a little bit further along than what the European model guidance is suggesting. But again, notice what I was saying about this disturbance. We have a 50-50 low developing. We have a weak ridge over portions of Greenland, and that's building into northeastern Canada. As a result, we have a little bit of convergence and confluence over portions of the northern New England, and as a result, our whole pattern starts to slow down as we have all these disturbances diving towards the northern Mid-Atlantic. So on Thursday, what I'm expecting, on Wednesday, what I'm expecting is that we have a stalled frontal boundary and we'll probably see some scattered showers. You can see at the mid-levels we have plenty of moisture developing over the northern mid-Atlantic. And you can see basically it's setting up just to the north of this stationary front. Scattered showers, not widespread heavy rainfall, but clearly some scattered shower potential with some isotropic lifting, which is basically warm air trying to move over this cooler air that is in place over the northern mid-Atlantic. So Wednesday is going to be a showery day, not exactly a washout, but certainly wet. Moving forward, we see our first strong disturbance moving through the northern mid-Atlantic. The surface low pressure system moves through. Now, we're going to have to keep an eye on the highest elevations for the potential for a little bit of snow mixing in over portions of northwestern New Jersey and northeastern Pennsylvania. This is not a major event in any way, shape, or form, but I don't want you to be caught unguarded if you see some snowflakes in the air mixed in with the rain at times on Thursday evening. Again, not a major event, just wanted to throw that out there. Again, notice upper level low over the near the Canadian Maritimes. We have some high level blocking, and we have a low pressure system cutting through the northern mid-Atlantic with some rain. The rain may be heavy at times, especially on Thursday afternoon, evening, as the low pressure system moves through. But again, this is not a major storm. On Friday, we get a bit of a break with high pressure. Skies clear out. Temperatures remain chilly, though, with highs in the mid to upper 50s for many locations. This is going to be a very chilly air mass building in. And then Saturday, we have another strong area low pressure, this one now off the coast as the pattern shifts. And many people are going to pick up on the idea that, hey, temperatures are below freezing at 850 millibars. I want to make this very clear. 850 millibar temperatures below freezing in October is a far different story than what you would get like in December and January. This does not mean snow. I repeat, this does not mean snow. This is just a chilly rain because it is still fall and the air masses are not cold enough to support below freezing temperatures. So again, this is just a chilly rain on Saturday with temperatures struggling to push into the mid-50s. It's going to be a raw, cool day on Saturday. So just wanted to make that absolutely clear. But notice the pattern here. We have a very energetic pattern with some high-level blocking. Not a textbook negative NAO pattern in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying that, but clearly you get a little bit of blocking here and the pattern starts to slow down. And we get these interesting little storms start to impact the northern mid-Atlantic. And then moving in towards Sunday, high pressure is in control with temperatures below normal. We're talking about highs in the 50s once again. Lows in the mid-30s to lower 40s, very chilly weather conditions and below normal temperatures. And you can see that our pattern continues with disturbances developing in the Gulf of Alaska, the western Gulf of Alaska, moving into northern Canada, and then diving south into the plains and eventually moving through the northern mid-Atlantic. Say hello to an active weather pattern. That is the morning forecast discussion for this morning. You can follow NYNJPA Weather at nynjpaweather.com and on Twitter and Facebook with NYNJPA Weather. Of course, the winter forecast again is issued for premium members. Signing up for premium membership is easy. It's only $9.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. Let's say when you're done with the weather, winter weather, and you just are interested in snow and ice. Perfect package, $9.99 a month. Have an excellent day. See you tomorrow.